The state wants to execute Donald Smith for the murder of Cherish Periwinkle, but today his lawyers fought to eliminate that possibility if he's convicted. The defense argues that right now the presiding judge does not have the authority to sentence Smith to death because of the recent Supreme Court decision which struck down parts of the state's death penalty law.
However, prosecutors contend the death penalty is not dead in Florida, and legislators are working to change the parts of the law that were declared unconstitutional. Channel 4's Scott Johnson covering the court hearing and joining us live. Scott, the bottom line in all this, is it that Smith's trial will be delayed?
Possibly. We don't know that. But the defense wants this trial to start in about a month on time when the death penalty in Florida is still deemed unconstitutional. Means Donald Smith could only get life in prison. Donald Smith walked into court today to sit next to his attorney, who's arguing that he can not receive the death penalty after the Supreme Court found Florida's death penalty law unconstitutional, saying judges had been able to reach different decisions than juries. Smith's defense lawyer wants his maximum possible punishment to be life in prison, not death.
Currently, with the statutory scheme as currently enunciated, the court could not proceed on the statute as written right now.
But prosecutors are not giving up this fight, arguing that Judge Mallory Cooper should seat a jury that's death penalty qualified just in case lawmakers act and change the law before Smith's trial date.
The state anticipates and hopes and believes that before April 4th, the legislature and the governor will act.
While Judge Cooper is looking at this issue, she's also dealing with requests from multiple media outlets, including News4Jax, for access to 72 hours of recordings while Smith has been in jail. The state attorney's office says those recordings include Smith communicating between isolated cells with another high-profile murder suspect, Randall Deviney. Prosecutors say they were trying to secretly work out a way to defraud the judicial system. That may come up in the trial, but the big question mark is the death penalty. Right now, Florida's legislature is looking at a new death penalty law that would require the 12-member jury to vote minimum 10-2 that someone can receive the death penalty, which Rhonda Peoples-Waters, an attorney not affiliated with the case, says likely will not be an issue with Donald Smith.
This is hardly one of the cases where when jurors go in the back to deliberate that they're going to be divided. If they find that the facts are there and that, there is an alleged child rape to have occurred, I believe that the jury will very easily find by a vote of 10-2 that he's eligible for the death penalty.
And I reached out to Rain Periwinkle, Cherish Periwinkle's mother. She declined to comment at this point, citing an attorney telling her it's not a good moment to speak out publicly. It could affect whether or not this case has a change of venue. We're live downtown to the courthouse. Scott Johnson, Channel 4, the local station.